been following Quilting with Don. Yeah, the thing is, you don't quilt every day. And so today I'm actually taking a quilting break and I'm doing some skiing. I'm here at Mount Washington and it is a beautiful day. A little on the chilly side, but a beautiful day. Here, check out the scenery. And it is another beautiful bluebird day, as they say. So, you know, you can see the beautiful clear air. And Rick's ride is a little bit of a steeper one. It's a single diamond. It's around here somewhere. Going down, going down. Oh, there it is. So we're going down there. Yeehaw. Well, here we are back in front of the quilt wall. And now my design wall has what I've been doing for the last 4 episodes. I went skiing this morning. I came back a little early, not just because I wanted to do some quilting, which I do, but it was also a bit of a zoo at the ski hill. It started off empty, but by 10 o'clock it was way more people than I needed to be waiting in line for. So I figured, well, I got something else to do. I'll come home and do some quilting. So here we are. And here we are. Here's what I came up with my rail fence and the colors I chose. Moved it around a little bit here and there, but I'll step back so you get the full effect. You can see the rails. You can see the bright yellow rail right over the center of the quilt, and then you've got my blue rails above and below, and then followed by another lighter yellow rail that does this corner here, and the more of the peachy rail that does this corner here. That's where I'll do a quick reset and get at her. Now, before I actually start quilting, I'm going to explain while you got the wall here how this is going to work. The recipe, the directions for the quilt asks me to break it into 6 sections, because the way to applique the kitties is to, once you've cut out the kitties, you stick them on part of the quilt and you sew them down. And their logic is this: it's easier to stick and sew on smaller sections than trying to wrangle a whole quilt in your sewing machine. So it breaks it down into these 6 here, 6 there, 3, 3, and then 6, 6. And that's the way I'm going to sew it. So as I move forward, you'll see a piece at a time being sewn together, and we'll just see, hopefully not too many unsews this time, and not too many don't, but let's do her. We are now going to begin sewing. If you can see behind me, I've taken down the first 6 pieces, and I put them over here to my left. In the same order, top, at my very top left here, and then working them down. So the intent then is to sew those 6 pieces together into one larger block. I've taken the liberty, I've taken the liberty of adding a few pins. Just, I know it shouldn't be any harder than sewing the pieces I did before, so they don't need pinning. But I decided for the first one, just to see how it goes, I'll start with the pins. So let's give that a shot. All right. Of course, the trick is to remember to remove the pins when you need to. Yeah. All right. Oop, already, see the problem? My pin is getting in the way. So we'll just take him out. That's this guard. If I didn't have that guard there, I might just remove it. But let's see how this works. Yeah, still good. Just made a funny sound there. Move the pin. And get her through. Yep, something going on here. The thread's going to break. I think the thread did break. So, yeah. It's acting weird. Oh boy. So I might not have threaded the bobbin correctly because it doesn't look right at all. I mean, a needle though. There we go. Okay. Probably have to have Carolyn check that I threaded this, because I I did check the bobbin and then put it back to show it to Carolyn, and I put it back in. She said, well, use it. I might not have put it back in right. But, ta-da, I have my first sewn, let's see if I can remember this right, which the order was. It was like this. This is the top. So it was like this. So this will go like that. I had an in-depth consultation with the quilting expert. And my first block, which I have now put back on the wall, was okay, but it could have been better. Carolyn says I can leave it for now. She gave me instructions on how to better pin, and so I am now using the pin, which is a good thing I did last time, but I'm placing them in better places. I also took away that big thick guide that I had here because the pins were colliding with it. And Carolyn is also mentioned that I need to be more precise with my cutting, so I've had to trim one of these two blocks so that they're actually almost identical in size. An experienced quilter wouldn't have to worry about that, but here we are. I'm not the experienced quilter, and so I'm trying to make things, and Carolyn's suggesting I do things now to ease my life later. So here we go. Let's try the second block. And done. Come on. There we go. See how we did? It's not bad. Okay, just like the last one, you have to be really careful and precise. And it turns out I needed to add more pins, but also something I should have done the first time around when I made the blocks is pay more attention to trimming off all the extra threads that were left hanging over. Because I already had that happen on one of the blocks I already did, is that I sewed in some of these extra threads, and then it was a pain in the butt to remove. So I'm learning, but it got to be careful, got to be precise, and you have to be consistent. See how we did? Well, it looks nice and even. Yeah, everything matches. So I count that as a win. There we are. 4 down, 2 more to add. And done. My first of 6 blocks. Check it out. So yay. Now I'll get Carolyn, my quilting expert, to have a look at it, but I think we're at least in the right money. Alright. Quick update. I've just finished the last block here, and it didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked. Turns out I had to do another massive unsew. And my fault was not pinning it as well as I should have. So I've just learned, when you pin things together, you can't be too precise. Yeah. Especially where you get 4 corners to line up. The last one I sewed was this exact area here, and these corners did not line up. They were askew. And then as well as my seam, my sewing wasn't straight. So I had to do 2 corrections after I unsewed the entire strip. Was make sure the pinning is accurate, and when I'm sewing, make sure the sewing is accurate. Who would have thunk it, eh? Every quilter would have. I have just finished the second group of 6, and using Carolyn's patented method of pinning like crazy, except she doesn't do it. She suggested I do it, and it worked because I didn't have a single unsew on the second piece. Let me show you something. Yeah, as Fireman Bill would say, I think his name was, or is it Fireman Ted anyway, in A Living Color. What I'm trying to show you is where you see the 4 blocks come together. I'm going to try this again here. Okay, look at this. Right there. Okay, now what you're seeing there is a perfectly cornered 4 corners. So they all line up. You got there this way and this way. Everything is perfect. When it's wonky, your eyes see it, but this ain't wonky. It's perfect. And I got to give Carolyn credit for that because she showed me how to make that happen every time. Actually, she heard a way to describe it from this guy called the Quilting Marine. he says when you're coming to where you're you know, because you have flaps in the back, right? And when they come to nest in the four corners, you want to make sure that the flaps are not like a penguin. Okay, I gotta do this. Not like a penguin. They are, you know, on the same side. They're like an eagle. Maybe it's because they're marine. So when they're like an eagle, the two flaps go out from each other, and that's how you get a perfect four corner. Believe it or not. Well, it's been a good day so far, and between skiing and sewing, I think I've earned a Chimay break. Et voila, a Chimay. This is and of course, a proper Belgian, this is a Belgian beer, Chimay Bleu. You have to have it in the proper glass. It's also a Chimay glass. Carolyn and I spent a total of 6 years in Belgium, and I definitely picked up the habit of drinking really good Belgian beer. This one, for those that are beer connoisseurs, and if you're curious, it's made in Chimay, the town of Chimay in Belgium. Well, and that's not a big surprise. A lot of Belgian beers are named after where they're made. And I'm trying to find the alcohol content on it. Yeah, this one's 9%. So you don't power drink these puppies. You enjoy them, so. And Carolyn says you don't drink and sew. So, well, actually, I'll see if I can pour this on camera here. These beer, the trick is to pour, so you just get a nice little bit of head at the top. And you look at that. That is a perfect pour. So, Santé. Slàinte. Cheers. Happy sewing. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a good beer. Good day, and welcome to day 2 of part 5 of Quilting with Dawn. So, last night I signed off, having finished 4 of the 6 joinings of pieces, so that I've got 2 6-block pieces and 2 3-block pieces right behind me. So today's work is to finish up the other 2 6-block pieces, and then we're done this stage of the construction. So one of the reasons I quit a little early yesterday is that I had chanter practice. I'm in a local pipe band called the Mount Aerosmith Pipe Band, and we do weekly chanter practices on Zoom. So yeah, when I'm not quilting, which is most of the time actually, I also play bagpipes. And there you are, a little bit of trivia about me. So enough of that. Let's construct the next 2 blocks. I finished the 5th of 6 sections, and it went well, mostly well. I had to do 2 minor unsews of about 2 or 3 inches each, because I just went a little astray. I was paying attention perhaps to the wrong part of the fabric. So luckily it was only small sections, and I was able to get it done. I'm also taking pride in the fact that every one of my 4 corners are bang on. They're nice and pointed, and I really like that. So, okay, and done. I'm done putting together the sections that are ready now for the kitties. So the rail fence is in. It went pretty well. My last session, I didn't have any unsews, in fact, in that last block. So I was cool. I'm slowly getting the hang of it. So let me just move the sewing machine here, and you can get a better look at the quilt that's going to be ready for the kitties. Plate one. Over here. Aha! There we are. And now you can see me. So it came out pretty good. I like the color choices, and looking forward to putting the kitties on. Until next time.